Hey guys, what is up? This is Dude, and welcome to Kirby's Dream Land. Now, as a lot of you people know, I am a huge Kirby fanboy. I will gladly promote that about myself. I just love Kirby. This game came out the year I was born. It's Kirby's first game. It's one of the first games I ever played. Probably my first Game Boy game. I mean, that means something. So, I feel like I should probably feed into my Kirby fanboyness and play this a little bit. I mean, it's only like 20 minutes long, so it can't be too bad, right? You could probably start a whole plethora of playing just a bunch of Kirby games. I wouldn't object to that. Any excuse to play every Kirby game again, that's fine. But it's always nice to go back to the roots. There's a lot of stuff that Kirby is known for nowadays that he doesn't really have anymore. I don't even know why I'm getting these. They don't even give you points. First of all, the door says in. I mean, as if you couldn't tell. I mean, why not? You get to teach people doors by saying you can go in them. This was originally on a screen that was like a half-inch big, so it's nice to have a little bit of a indicator of what happens and what doesn't. But I mean, this is one of those things that I have insane nostalgia for, and I'm sure a lot of people out there have a game. This is Poppy Bros Senior. I'm sure a lot of people have a game that they have nostalgia for, and what it means to them you can't really explain. I'm sure the concept of playing a Game Boy game for the first time when you're like 2 or 3 is something that only a few people who lived a similar life to mine can understand. But, get out of here. The fact that Kirby's still going makes it a big deal for me also. I should... It's gonna be fun though. I want to see how many points I can get. That's the whole fun of these old games, is how many points can you get? I mean, why else would you play these? Freaking points are so stupid. It's the dumbest thing about any of these 80s and 90s games is the points. If you're not playing in the arcade, why? Whatever. That's a whole little thing on its own. But yeah, we're in Green Greens. I guess I should talk about the level. There's not a whole lot to really discuss. It's very tree-like, and now we're climbing the inside of a tree. There's a Maxim tomato that would give me full health. That Waddle Dee was just skidding along like a champ. Is there anything on these sides? I figured not that one. And then I don't think there's anything on this one either. No. What? No. There's the nice long drop. Just a tease. Just such a tease. And the thing is, the reason why I keep going in there is it's ingrained in my muscle memory just to be like, yeah, of course I would go down there. And now, first boss, a tree. I made this joke in my reviews on my main channel a bunch because no matter how many times you say it, and no matter how much I love this series to death, the first boss, the boss that almost defines the entire experience, because first level means a lot in platformers, was a tree. He didn't even get the chance to attack. Normally he would blow air at us, or shoot down apples. That's what Kirby is. A tree that shoots at air will drop apples. Maybe you can just kill it in one go, and it'll keep coming back because the tree don't know any better. But now we got Castle Low. This area I always thought was pretty cool. I always like the idea of a castle. It always seems so like mystifying. Same thing, I guess that could be just something ingrained in me from early video games, like probably Mario 64. Obviously, that's later than this game, but the idea of a castle is probably cemented by that point as just this area where anything can happen. And I mean, granted, look at this. We're dealing with ghosts, weird mummy eyeballs, a question mark block, which I'm pretty sure only appears in this game. Why not? There were a few other doors that you can go to in this area. Kirby games typically will have a room that you can go in only on your first go. There'll be like 3 optional paths. It doesn't really mean much. There's just a few different items. I should have been able to get him there. This is Low. Just goes forward, shoots a chest really slow. And then he walks backwards really slow. Yeah! And then they made an entire game series about him on the NES, The Adventures of Low. I felt the need to explain that. Oh boy. I felt the need to explain that because who knows how many other people know about that series. You're not getting anywhere. Alright, so here's the reason why I love this level is the spicy curry, which they then bring into Smash Brothers. Bam, you do this, you get all fiery, you start flashing, and then you do this, and you shoot crazy. Oh man, that's what spicy food does to you, kids. I mean, nowadays I put hot sauce in anything. If it did this to me, oh wait, who am I kidding? I'd probably put hot sauce on more stuff if I was promised the ability to shoot fire, or whatever that is. Just hot gas. Also, those bats. I always like it in early games, because early games are always such a, I'm trying to think of a draft for what the rest of the series has. The series only starts to get really, really good at the second or third entry. The first game always has something weird that gets abandoned. when I always like seeing enemies that are only used in the first level. Like, maybe, like, Super Mario Bros. 2 enemies, for instance. They sort of, you never saw them again until, like, Yoshi's Island. And that was cool. It just, enemies that just never saw the light of day again. I don't know, you talk about all this other stuff. Justify my love for Kirby's Dream Land. So this boss is interesting in the sense that these two people, Lololo and Lala, are helping each other. And they have separate health bars. I don't know. Again, I was, like, 3 when I played this. I can appreciate that, I guess. Haven't played any other game at the time that had separate health bars. Besides, like, yeah, no, I can't. I was about to say Reznor, but that's from Mario World, but that's only one hit, so that don't even count. Yeah, and the Kirby dance. If you didn't think I was going to be spending 20-25 minutes playing Kirby's Dream Land and not ramble on, like, incoherently about any other stuff that's revolving around gaming, you're out of your mind. Look at that, he got his mouth stuck on the thing. Ah, this game brings out the worst in me, I tell you. That's another guy that never came back. They did do a good job. Speaking of that whole enemy coming back thing, as a lot of people know, this game was sort of remade in Kirby Superstar. This level, no. I don't know why they felt the need not to bring back this level, because as if this game wasn't short enough, they had to make it shorter. But the first, second levels, and then the fourth level, and then Mount Dedede, kinda, they brought back into Kirby Superstar, which is awesome. Just have the Game Boy game be remade. And that game didn't really bring back a lot of the enemies. I don't remember if it did, but I remember in Superstar Ultra, they brought back enemies that they didn't bring back. Like, I know there's that shell enemy shows up. I'm pretty sure the bat enemy shows up, too. Kaboo is a long-term Kirby enemy. I think this guy was brought back in Superstar Ultra. I need to remember, because I've honestly played this more than I have the Dreamland modes in Superstar. But I've made my peace with Superstar. Oh, my God. Okay, Kaboo, you're not. So you go with that, you get a little bit of secret passageway. Look at this, Kirby couldn't even swim back then. He just sort of like drops, and then you can do upward a little bit. And then you do that. And I love the adorable details of Kirby games as of late, where Kirby can't swim on his own, he needs to wear a little snorkel. That's just the most adorable, love this guy. Gordo can go screw off, no one likes Gordo. I always get confused by this. Now, oh yeah, that's not a door. I don't think that's a door. No. I remember always going down for years. I would just take the bottom path and then remember that the top path, I never went and checked what it was. And then I go and check finally after so many years. It's just a max tomato. Yay. But now more spicy curry. Thankfully, at the front of the ship? Was that the front though? We can't answer the tough questions with a Game Boy game. That's another thing, Kirby, even back then, one of the things I liked about Kirby is that they were really some of the better looking games on the console. Like, this is a late game on the Game Boy, and it shows, because you look at Super Mario Land, and you look on this game looks a lot more detailed, even though it's only dealing with 4 colors, all of which are a shade of black. Or I guess gray, if you want to be technical, I don't know. But that's always awesome. Kirby's Adventure did the same thing, Kirby 64, kinda. Even Kirby's Return to Dreamland on the Wii was kind of impressive visually, I think. But then look at this, you get shot into the whale, and then bam! Got shot into the sky. That was like the highlight of the entire game as a kid. If you can remember being like a 3 or 4-year-old or whatever, and that little minor thing left a huge impact on me. It's just, man, being a kid. And now we have Kaboola. It's just a blimp with a cannon on it. And they brought, oh boy, I can't believe I got hit by him. Kaboola, I thought was always kind of cool because I like when platformers do this a lot, have a tendency to add in shooter elements. They do it all the time. And it was just cool to have a boss that was based on that. And then they would bring Kaboola back in Superstar Ultra, and he had like an evil face. It was very weird. And then I think he had a cameo in Return to Dreamland in the shooting minigame. See, I'm a Kirby nerd. Bubbly Clouds. There's so many Kirbys! See, the other intros could be explained. I don't know what the hell was happening there. I guess because Kirby's like a cloud? I don't know. That's another enemy that you never really... Oh boy. That you never really see again was those rocket guys, but I feel like I've seen them in Superstar Ultra. I could be entirely wrong. Oh god, a Scarfy. Nope. Those guys were evil. Evil, terrifying, you had nightmares about those guys. If you were a kid in the 90s playing Nintendo games, oh boy, and you didn't have nightmares about Scarfies and like, I think, the piano from Mario 64, I don't think you really lived. That was life. Get out of here. That ain't gonna happen. I always love these things. You think about enemies that have to be placed somewhere by some ruler. This person took the cannon, put it upside down, and made it the umbrella, the parasol, so that every time it shoots, it'll bounce upward, but it won't go too high, and it's just an endless cycle. That's smart engineering. Like, that would take time. King Dedede had time on his hands, and you gotta give credit where credit's due. That random surplus of moon blocks. I'm actually getting close to death because I'm halfway. I'm not liking that. I guess I should concentrate. That doesn't go much against my MO. That's not how I run things, see? I start talking about nonsense again, I immediately get hit. I would like to not be able to die, though. As a Kirby fanboy, I think that's in the contract. Get out of here, guy. Whatever that thing is. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah! Great, now I'm, like, worried that I'm gonna die. Get out of here. And then, actually, I always go to the left. What do we got over here? Because in the cloud area over there, there's a bit of a secret door. But let's actually do that. Oh, we're gonna break the mold a little bit, and we're gonna take the right path. I might have taken this pathway twice in my life. Both of which were my first 2 times playing the game. I don't remember much of this at all. Oh yeah, we just looped around each other. I saw the door before. Oh, that's kind of cool, the area loops. I did not know that. We jump right to Krakow? I may have missed a bit. There was probably a thing with health or something, which would have been nice. But, alas, we'll be fine. 3 simple hits. Simple pattern. He does that, and then he goes like that. Since I did the review for this game not too long ago, and now seeing Krakow, I was gonna say face, seeing Krakow's eyes filling you with hatred because I talked about extra mode, and extra mode Krakow is no joke. That blew my mind. And now, here we go, this area, and now we have a, that always looks like a yam, but I don't necessarily know what this is. It looks like a yam, but it makes you inflate, and it's kind of just like the spicy curry. It plays the same music, except now you just shoot air. It doesn't look like it's hot like before. I don't know what that's all about. But you can do that now, so that's nice. It's the same thing we did just use for Kabula, so what am I talking about? But it looks like a yam. A little fun fact too, and this is something that I love whenever Nintendo does it a lot, make random throwbacks to older games. This music right now that's playing, this hype power-up music, oh, nope. They actually brought it back and remixed it for Kirby's Epic Yarn whenever you went into the tank. That was awesome, discovering that. Oh boy, nope. This was cool too because this was so pretty. This was just so pretty. And it gets funnier as the years pass because you look at games now and I'm still like, this is so pretty. It's just a bunch of stars, you climb up and there's just a random thing that has a door in it with like a little bit of a curtain or something back here. And then as a kid, blew my mind, I just flew up here randomly, held up, and then I went into the moon! I didn't use any online guide at the time, I discovered that myself. Oh, so good. More Max and Tomatoes 1-ups. We're all solid here. More Max and Tomatoes. Oh no! Always missed that one. 7 lives though, we're doing pretty good. I always liked also that the boss meter on the bottom left looks like a cat. Just look at it. Above Kirby, the symbol for the boss looks like a cat. That's how I always saw it. Because just the 2 points at the top look like ears, and the bottom one looks like a nose, I guess. That's forever how it's gonna be. You can't tell me otherwise, and hopefully, maybe I've changed your opinion on it too. Maybe you thought it was something else, and I've told you otherwise. But yeah, now Krakow. Again, we should talk about the boss. This design, I like whenever a boss can be simple, well, whenever any character can be simple but still look kind of cool. It's just an eyeball in a cloud surrounded by spikes. It's cool, but I like the fact that the eyeball always follows you. And, that's probably it. That's probably the only reason why I like this thing, is because the eyeball still manages to follow you. It just looks kind of cool in my opinion. Nope. In Krakow is Gonzo. And we've already kind of beaten the majority of the game. We're almost done. All that's left now is Mount Dedede. Oh, I love the dance. Actually, I'm doing the dance off camera too, you just can't tell. Mount Dedede! Oh, bam. Oh, and King Dedede's theme is so hype. One of the best character themes that Nintendo has in their arsenal. I will fully, like, attest to that. I love King Dedede's theme so much. They added to it a lot over the years, but it's still so good. And this area was awesome because it's like, oh man, what is this? Is this going to be a boss rush? Alright, I guess we'll do it in order. Let's do Wavey Woods. So then you go into Wavey Woods and it's like, no, it's a bit of a level. Is it like a bit of the level we played before? No, it's an entirely new section. Oh, I don't know. I thought that was always kind of cool. It's one of those things that conceptually seems kind of cool. Like, imagine if Mega Man... Actually, Mega Man 3 kind of did that. Where you would oh no, you just replay old levels and then fight Mega Man 2 bosses. I never really had another game where instead of a boss rush, which I am doing the boss now, you played a little bit of the previous level. That's kind of cool. But the boss itself is the same exact boss. So we're going to be fighting Kracko again very, very shortly. And then you have to unlock the door to the boss, you got to touch a Kirby clone. Also, that was the move. That was the air blowing move. You got to witness it. Are you impressed? Not anymore, because he's dead. Alright, low, and la. Back to the castle. I like that too. You got the windows to the outside, and I'm a sucker for stupid details in Game Boy games. Just because when you're working with so little, to be able to make something that looks decent, I think is an impressive feat. Like, what is that? And also, what is that? It's just a Kirby clone. What is what is Dedede doing? This. There you go. We did it. One of Kirby's great mysteries never being explained. We know now that Kirby, like, just occasionally has multiple, like, forms of himself. Whether it be different colors or just a mass of him, just a bunch of him. That's explained now. But in here, it's like, yeah, just Kirby clones that just move. They're like defects. So weird. But now, Lolo and Lala are dead again. And then Kabula. Take down Kabula again. Look at this. That's the extent of the island part of the stage. It's just this one little island, and then it's like, oh, that's right. And then there was the boat scene. Oh no, I take it. Okay, there's another island. So you had one island on the water, and that was the extent of that part of the level. Shrunk down to the max. Here's the part of the level that the spikes. Oh, you remember it. And then the Kirby dancing. And now we fight Kracko. Oh, this part. A little bit of excerpt from here too, and then we got the... Okay, this one it's a floating yam. So it's different than the yam in level 4. Get out of here. It was always interesting too that they decided to give the boss a lot of hit points at the bottom. He had like a 10 or 11 blocks, which seemed weird because it doesn't really matter because one hit doesn't do one block anyway, so they could have kept it to 6. I always find it intriguing, odd choices that they would have been perfectly fine not implementing. Like Nintendo does all the time, be like, why did you do it that way? It wouldn't make much of a difference if you didn't, but okay. Look at that guy, he's just chilling. We're like brothers. Only one of us is now alive. So there's that. I guess it could be a dream thing. This is Kirby's Dreamland after all. Maybe we technically are exploring some dream world right now. Oh no, this story is about reclaiming food. So yeah, I tried putting explanation to that and I can't do it. It's nice to see Kracko again though. And all of his one eye following me goodness, which is apparently the only reason why I like him. I wish I had a better reasoning than that. Nope. Nope. Oh, I came dangerously close to that little electricity thing. Nope. Just one more. Bam. Gonzo. 214,630 points. It's time. It's time. Are you ready? It's time for King Dedede in a wrestling ring. I'm gonna do this. See, he has a lot of health. Oh boy, that's not a good idea. Okay. He has a lot of health bars, but at this point, every hit actually does 1 bar. Makes more sense than Kabula. Jump up. Could you finally jump up? That's the move everyone waits for in this game. Thank you. Bam. And then you know you're really skilled, or really lucky, is if you are positioned perfectly enough to grab both stars. I don't remember if it was this one or Kirby's Adventure. I feel like in this one, probably a little more difficult to do. Nope. And again, this theme song is so good. I don't care. Get you in the mood to fight. I think. Oh. Nope. Alright, now we're even. It's 3 on 3. Only the best will survive. No, jeez. Chances are it may be him. Oh, boy. That's always tough to get used to going back to this game because in newer Kirby games, you could press jump in air and you'll start to fly. Not now. Now you have to press up. You have to press up. But that almost screwed me out. But hey! We beat King Dedede. We just made him fly out of his own castle. The castle got sad. Poor guy. and then all 5 of the power stars. That's how you know it's a Kirby star, because it's a star with a little star attached to it. And then thanks to the power of those 5 stars, Kirby got to inflate to the size of a balloon, and then lift the castle off the ground. And then the food came out of it, because the food was clearly hiding in the bottom of the castle, which has a hole in it. And that's it. That's Kirby's Dreamland. Oh, the unnecessary, like, you don't even need to explain anything. Just, here you go. Here's the game. Of course Kirby would do that, and he needs the stars to do it, and the food is there. And it's all fruit. And then, like, occasional cake. So yeah. That's Kirby's Dreamland. I mean, quite frankly, I don't even know why I played this. I just know I'm a huge Kirby fanboy, so I felt like I had to at some point, and might as well sooner rather than later. And again, we also have awesome credits music. And something I know I failed to mention in my reviews, but Kirby's Dream Collection, the credits for that game, for the actual collection, played an awesome remix of this song. And then at the very tail end, it reverted to this 8-bit version of it. And that, honestly, since I'm so nostalgic for this game, that brought me into tears the first time I heard it. Not bawling, but it still brought a tear to my eye just hearing it again. It blended so perfectly. Anyone who's listened to the Dream Collections credits and has any nostalgia, I mean, you should be able to appreciate it anyway if you don't have nostalgia for it, but I'm rambling on again. Here's the final cutscene. The stars save the castle from crashing down, and here you go, multiple Kirbys. Another weird thing that Kirby series has never done again. And then it ends with a bye-bye. And there's fish too. There's some tomatoes, carrots, fish, there's some meat. We collected cakes, I'm just not seeing any cakes there. And then this is how the game ends. Once you beat the game, you have this option now where you can go into extra game. You press up A and select on the tile screen to do a new adventure, which is a lot harder. Just way more harder than I ever would have anticipated. And you get to see Dedede be all upset, which is adorable. It's adorable. Alright, so that's going to do it for my run of Kirby's Dream Land. If you want to see extra game, which is going to probably include a lot more screaming, a lot more stress, and potentially a whole lot more crying, whether it be off camera or off video or not. Crying will probably be involved. Let me know in the comments. I would love to know if you guys want to see more Kirby action. That'd be great for me to hear. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for... Actually, let me just get to the tile screen so we're not looking at boringness. Bam. Kirby's Dream Land. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, I'll catch you dudes later. Bye-bye.